Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday night, time for your favorite Alabama program. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Jump in the live chat. If you're watching the replay, I want you to be in the comment section. We're going to have a lot to bring to you tonight. I'm your host, Justin Riley. With me, as always, is my all-star crew, 1999 All-SEC linebacker Marvin Constant, senior analyst of Touchdown Alabama Magazine, Stephen M. Smith, and the comedy legend, Steve Brown. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, man?
What's up?
Glad to be back with you guys. I missed y'all. I know that don't sound right, but I missed y'all, man.
I'm just
I
thankful
love it.
your PO let you come spend a little time with us tonight, man. I know you got to be at the halfway house by a certain time. You know,
Marvin,
You know what? This is why I love this show, because it's so abrasive and abusive, and I just love it.
sounds like you ate some Skittles before you got on, Steve. Did you eat
And
Skittles?
yeah,
not
that's
touching
hey
that.
man, I'm trying to get my game face on like Toa, but I ate mine in under, I think, 7 minutes. He did 6, but I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
Surprised he ain't damn choke off them damn Skittles head. They
I'm
pack more punch than he do. Shit.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
say this.
God.
I'm saying this. So Marvin, Bama sent you that care package. I see. You got the hat and the sweater. I mean the shirt.
Oh man, I got Bama accessories for days, man. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to all the people who send me free Bama gear. Man, ain't nothing like it. I get my
I
kid
wish
package.
y'all, well, I wish they would send me some, because I'm getting tired of wearing this gray in this Fulton County jail. Listen, yeah, so
Man, I'm excited to have you guys on. Listen, we're about to get really crazy. It's time for your segment, Steve Brown. No laughing matter.
well, it's my time again, and it's not Marvin's time. I am privileged to have this segment because Marvin didn't have one. That means I'm one upping him, and I really appreciate it. Yeah, no laughing matter. I want to say to our loyal viewers, I believe that the team has totally checked out. I believe that they're just playing for each other. I think they're playing for pride. Um, and I believe that the only way they beat Ole Miss is for pride, Bama pride. They don't want to get talked about. They don't want to get drilled by the fans. They're playing for each other now. I think that they don't believe in the coaching staff anymore, which are the coordinators, the defensive and offensive coordinators, and that's just what I believe. I believe they really started playing when Coach Saban pulled him over on the sideline, and I guess he ran it, cursed everybody out individually. I know y'all saw it on TV, and
Bryce did too.
yeah, and Bryce did too. And the thing is, they started playing. I saw that it seems like the defense was kind of making their own calls, because, and I feel like they had to, because Ole Miss was doing this toss play, and Bama was not aligned. Like, at least they did it 5 times, at least 5 or 6 times successfully.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand, as a defensive coordinator, why you can't adjust and make the proper alignment. Finally, they started making the proper alignment, and then they started stopping the play in the backfield. But why? Where? I think the problem is they're not adjusting to different
Hey,
plays. They're
hey,
not.
Steve.
Yeah,
You can't understand why our defense, with our Royals nominated assistant coach, can't get it together. What do
I'm
you
getting
mean?
there. I'm getting there, Marvin. I'm getting there. So the thing is, I don't understand why you cannot make adjustments on the fly. And I was so aggravated with the game, because it reminded me of Tennessee. The same play to the same guy for 1,015 yards. This guy, all because of our coach not adjusting on the fly, this guy's going to be a first round draft pick, and this guy's probably a 3 or 4 star. All because he did it against Bama. Why? Because we didn't make the proper adjustments. And again, I just feel like the team is checked out. I feel like, let them play, let them do what they do, and let them play for pride. I don't understand how this guy got to be a coach of the year nominee or none of that. I just don't. If Nick Saban brings them back next year, I'm gonna have a problem with Coach Saban. That's just what it is. They've been exposed. They're garbage, and I don't want to see him again next year. That, to me, is no laughing matter.
What do you mean? We have one of the greatest teams on the planet. Our defensive coordinator is Broyles nominated. Our middle linebacker, he's been nominated. He's a Butker semifinalist. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, Marv, let me say this. Let me say this. You said it. I've said it. The personality of the team, especially the defense, is the personality of their defensive coordinator. You see, Kirby Smart showed us how we should have done Tennessee. We have the most talented team on paper than anybody in the NCAA. There's no way we should be losing like this. We were in another squeaker. If that guy had caught that ball and they won the game, the wheels would have fallen off. I wouldn't been here because I would probably committed suicide. I would have been so mad.
The wheels already off. What the hell you mean?
I mean, all the way off. It's just that bad. So I think that Nick was trying to be professional and save the sinking ship by saying that. But I believe in everything Nick Saban says. But I believe this time he's lying, talking about don't be blaming them and this and that. Hell yeah, it's all on them. Everybody named Mama seeing that. So I think he needs to make a move at the end of the year and get rid of them. It is what it is, you know.
Man, Pete need to go ahead and move to Biloxi and just become a blackjack dealer and, give other folks options to win.
Look, he kind of looked like one, though, for real.
Let's press pause for a second. One of our esteemed guests is in the lobby waiting to be introduced, Stephen M. Smith. If you would, please bring him in properly.
I mean, he's only...
Is that Emmett?
I mean, no, he's only the hardest hitting safety in Alabama football history. I mean, he's only a 1992 national champion. I mean, he's only one of the greatest Cowboys to ever touch the star, and probably would still knock Jerry Jones out right now. I mean, you got Brian Dean to honor that 92 championship team was right there with Gene Stallings. That was a great picture. I mean, he's only the hitman George Teague. What's going on, George?
Hitman. The hitman.
Up,
I like
baby?
it.
I ain't never seen George hit no damn body.
Hey, Steve, we got the first.
The only time I seen George hit somebody was Tara Owens, and Tara was on a knee. That's bad.
hey, Steve Brown.
Yeah.
We got the first Old Spice All-American on here, boy.
Can this just be with me, Steven, and Justin, and we close out these other two for a little bit?
Sure, Mike.
The floor is yours.
Let me tell you about them two light-skinned dudes. Man.
Hey George, real quick. So what did you think about the defense when we played Ole Miss? Do you feel like he was slow to make adjustments? First of all, did you watch the game? I know you're busy doing your own thing, but you watched the game?
He has some
All right, so did you see that toss play they kept doing, getting all those yards, and they couldn't stop it? Why didn't he make an adjustment?
You got to be able to make an adjustment to make an adjustment.
You do. So some of our alignments and things are kind of questionable. Me and JT
what I say
about this, that there's certain, and you guys know when you're talking real football, right? Tight nines, tight fives versus loosen up. Are you getting reached? And man, you just got to know, man. I think I missed some of what y'all were talking about before, so I apologize.
Hey, but you know what though, George, Mr. T, I gotta say something. Do you remember last year when I came on your show and JT crucified me for talking about Pete?
I don't think that's how it went. Now he's talking about that.
Okay, so my question is, who the hell let Marvin on their show? That's the question.
He stole a code or something. I don't even know how.
The same guy who put Pete Gold on the Broyles award watch list.
Dude, I don't understand that. But T,
Marvin, but
T, as I was saying, the first thing I said, and if you know a little bit about football, you know about alignments. Mm-hmm. If you're the D coordinator and they misaligned, why aren't you telling them to? Because most of Ole Miss running yards came off of that pitch play, that little toss play, and I don't understand. Nobody was ever there, and I'm like, I don't understand why these guys are getting chunk yards and you haven't adjusted. That's my
too sensitive. Everybody too sensitive, meaning players and coaches don't want to be coached necessarily the same because they got to worry about if they're going to be out of here or something. Coach get on me a little bit too hard fuss at me on the sideline or something of that nature. Got a lot of prima donnas. I'm not. Look, when I look at this, I think there is some aspects where guys aren't being coached to their fullest.
Mm-hmm.
I also think there are some guys that aren't playing to their fullest. They just think it's because they got 5-star, they're big, they're fast, they play for Alabama. But man, them other dudes, they gotta understand when you play for Alabama, people are trying to get at you. We're getting everybody's best game, and you can't just take it easy, So here's what I'm going to try to equate this to this. So I did a lot of talking with the people down at IMG, right? I know that big high school, whatever machine
Can
or
we
whatever.
ship toe off to them?
Yeah.
Hey, the boarding school powerhouse.
Yes. So one of the things that they would get mad at, as in even the football operations people and thing was, hey, we have too many good dudes not to be winning by 30 points, 35 points, 50 points. So, and they're playing against the top teams in the country. They're saying it don't matter. They got 1 or 2 5-stars. We got 8, 9, 10, 11. We should be winning big time. And that kind of hit me when I first heard that from them, because their standard was like, no, we got these dudes and we should be putting them in a position to dominate every game. Now, I'm not saying that should happen in the collegiate level, but I just think when you're Bama and when we have, or any team that has number 1 ranked recruiting classes, we're touting all the 5-stars. If we're going to do that, then we need to play like that. If the coaches can't get it right, then they need to be dismissed. The coordinator.
Okay, T. One thing that you just said, and which you made a whole lot of sense, but I said this before. We have the players, we have the talent, but the coaches are putting them in bad positions. Or putting them in positions where they can't really use their talent to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? So this is what's going on. You're calling misalignments and all this other stuff, and then you get people out here saying, "Oh man, that dude's sorry," and this. Now but the coaches are calling these plays, and they're going by your plays, and when they get beat on the play, then the fans are blaming the kids, but it's actually the kids are doing what the coaches are telling them now. But let me say this. I'm not going to dog a player, but I got to say this again. I've been saying it all year. Some of them players just don't have the dog in them. And I got to say, I've seen Bama for years. I think number 10 is the worst middle linebacker we ever had. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to dog him. That's just my opinion. When I see Lane Kiffin put you one-on-one with his running back and you stand in a hole and let him knock you on in the end zone, not once, but twice, but 3 times, it's a problem. If you a dog, you hitting that hole and you're going to meet him in the backfield. We all watch this, and that's just crazy to me.
I think so I'm going to give you a 50 on that one, because I think they do have some dog in them. They just have the dog in them at the wrong time. They hit them when they're out of bounds. They're talking shit to them when they're after the play, maybe even before the play.
And you know what my coach used to say to me?
He can't piling on some shit.
You know what my coach used to say to us when we used to do stuff like that? That's kicking shit. Kicking shit.
It is, because I want to see. Part of that dog is, how do you hold a teammate accountable? I ain't seen nobody get mad or really heard nobody get mad. You don't want to see it necessarily on the sideline. I'm not saying I need to see a brawl on the sideline. That's not it.
I need to see one at this point. I need to see one.
Emotion.
It'll look like 2 sissies fighting at the beach, Steve.
When you get,
you can't say that. You can't say that.
Oh, my bad.
Yep.
You can't say that,
sir.
I do not want the LGBTQ to come out the us.
Hey, but you know what? Let me say this. Bo, you are right. Y'all are right. But let me tell you something. This is what America is turning to. You can't say what you really want to say. And the thing is, if you live the lifestyle and that's what it is. That's what it is. However, they're putting sanctions on everybody that says something, but comedians. We're the last line, and that's why I love my job. We're the last line of people who can practice their First Amendment and say whatever we want to say. So again, I don't like that. As far as you can't say that, you can't say that. But when they do stuff to us, then if you say something about them, now you're bullying them. You're doing all this stuff and this and that. So no, if you're gonna take it, if you're gonna give it, you should be able to take it. So Marvin,
I didn't know
Marvin, you can't say Marvin. Technically, you can't say it. But hey, whatever it is, what it is.
I mean, okay, but let's just call it what it is. All right, for everybody who plays football, when you go out there, you're playing the most violent sport on the planet outside of boxing, kickboxing, MMA. You're
and
playing
kickball.
A sport that you can get severely injured, maimed, or killed at any moment. It has happened. You are risking your life every time you go out there. Everybody knows this who plays football. So I don't understand why we get so upset and want to be sensitive as hell when we call people out for not doing what they signed up to damn do.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Everybody, like he just said, Teague said, everybody is sensitive now, and society is protecting these guys and making them actually grow up acting feminine.
See, we grew up changing brakes on the weekend. Dad is making us go out there, change the oil. You know what I'm saying? Break engines down. So, we grew up different, man. This generation, they just
rotating tires and stuff.
Marvin ain't ever changed no oil on nobody.
Hey, you better go find out who my dad is now.
Hey, Marvin.
Hey,
you better go find out who your dad is.
Hey, Marvin.
What's up, Bo? Thanks for coming in and dealing with this nonsense. What's going on, brother?
He said how he grew up. They definitely didn't grow up how I grew up because I grew up missing school to cut the grass.
Yeah. See, and that's what I'm saying, man.
She said,
I got a serious question.
You gonna get out there and cut that grass in the morning? I said, how am I gonna cut the grass? I got to go to school. I take you after you cut the grass.
What is Bo short for? I mean,
it came from my dad.
Somebody drop off some letters, or what is that? A Bo? What
It came from my daddy. So my daddy's name is Kelvin, but they call him Cowboy. So when I was growing up, my daddy played running back in high school, so I was in Lily and I was playing running back, and everybody was telling me, man, you run the ball just like your daddy, you look just like your daddy. And then like one time, this when I was playing collision football, when I was in like the second and third grade. And then, by the middle of the season, everybody started calling me, oh, there go little Bo. There go little Bo. Just like your daddy, running just like your daddy.
Hey, Bo, did your daddy play for Utah High?
Uh-huh.
What number was he?
32.
Yeah,
that's the dude that ran me over. Yeah. That's him. I know it. That was him.
How are you? How old is you, Steve?
Hey man, I'm 55. Your daddy ran me all the way in the stands. Your dad.
55.
Hey man, tell your dad I want to shoot him. He turned my helmet all the way backwards.
Well, you might want to take that back. My dad passed 2 years ago.
Oh man, so I can't get him back. Oh
so the
man,
question is how many people are you tonight?
He rolling over in your grave. He rolling over in his grave, laughing at you right now.
First of all, nobody believes Steve played football. Y'all hear this man's voice? Well, he had to be a holder or something.
Man, Steve wasn't a holder. Steve was back there testing the Gatorade. Yeah, it's sweet enough.
That's high quality H2O.
He built like an overweight jockey. He sent him out there on a mule.
Steve out there playing against Marv. He asking Marv, do he need some Gatorade?
So what you saying is he got held back like 20 sometimes and he was still in school when I came through.
How did you find out?
Hey, if you let me tell it, that what he keeps saying, because he said he was never in the regular class. They had him in another class where they gave him an hour to do 10 questions.
Hey man. Hey, what is this about? Why are you guys attacking me?
You want to know why we're attacking you, Steve? Because we ain't seen you in 3 to 4 weeks.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa. Y'all Steve's about to march. Y'all better let off him.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Hey,
What segment
hey
we
man,
got today? What segment we got?
every time T come on this show, y'all want to team up with him and get on me. Every
'Cause
time.
I'm strong enough to deal with you and
But-
your mess.
But in all seriousness, though, I got a real question for you, T, because I know you probably you see the game the way I see the game, being a safety, because a lot of times safeties and linebackers visualize the game the exact same way. How is it that teams are so able to stretch our defense the way they are vertically in the pass game, as well as on toss sweeps? Those are the two areas that a defense should be able to take away first and foremost. You should be getting beat underneath, not vertically, and not to the sidelines. Those are the two easiest things to stop.
Can I say one thing before he answer that question? I just want to say one thing, just one thing, and I'm gonna let T take it away. They don't have no ball pursuit.
No
Not
ball
a pursuit to
pursuit.
the ball.
No, so all right, so a couple of things, and I've been talking about this for a little while. So I've probably studied Alabama more than I need to, as far as how they play and whatnot. But they're in the secondary on the back end. I think it is very complex, even more complex than I thought it was originally. And I think it's causing problems where our guys are playing slow, and that's why they keep getting bust as well. You see our guys turning circles. Literally, if you watch it, go back, watch the whole doggone game, rewind it. Our DBs are getting confused and they can't play fast. Some of the time, Marvin, they got our linebackers out of position to be able to be aggressive on a running play or whatnot. They're trying to apex them sometimes, but sometimes they got them out a little bit too wide, and they put them in what's the word? They put them in compromising positions where they got to do two things. If you're out wide and they tell you got the B gap and you got the flat, that is hard to do when they don't want you to hurry up and get in there and run. So you're slow on the right? Am I making sense there, Marvin? You know what I'm saying? So I think they put our guys in conflict a bunch where they can't go. I'd rather see with the talent that we have
But at the same time, running on the perimeter is the most difficult thing to do.
Especially when you're fast.
Exactly. With all the speed that we have, nobody should be able to get to the perimeter on us, but they do it with ease.
No, but wait, Marv, what you got to look at is other teams are finding. So, football is a game of math, right? Everybody got a gap, something of that nature. We end up having too many guys they have more gaps on the side that we're not at. We don't adjust or roll or react when they create other gaps. So then we get outflanked, and there's always a gap.
But I'm getting to a point.
Because there's no adjustments. No adjustments.
Hold on, but I'm getting to a point. So when you're not able to defend your perimeter and teams stretch you out with these toss sweeps and everything else, then you have to start adjusting, and you will walk an extra defender down in the box to try to prevent said runs.
We don't do that.
Now, but hold on now. So that's what most people would do. But the problem here is our middle linebacker sucks. So now we having problems running up the middle and on the perimeter. We can't stop nothing. So it does no good to even walk a defender into the box.
All right. So I'm going to send y'all some of these clips and tapes. Maybe I can show it on the show because I didn't show it on mine. But I got a bunch of clips. I'm going to share it with y'all directly to your phones. You'll hear some of my talking points too. And I was talking to JT about it, Ryan Fowler about it a little bit. I'm going to share it with y'all and actually ask y'all to reply back via text.
Awesome.
Hey, Teague, may I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever thought about becoming the defensive coordinator at Alabama? If they were to call you and ask you to apply, would you do it?
Yeah, I would. Absolutely, I would. I mean, it's an honor to be anything associated with your school. I know there's a lot of pressures that come with that and have to do some things, but
well, I'm sure you do a 10 times better job than Dan.
I think that what they need is somebody who's a dog like a Kirby Smart, like a Jeremy Pruitt, like somebody who played, who was a dog, like you, somebody like Marvin, somebody who really has to adapt that mentality.
You gotta have passion for what
And
you
not
do.
only that, simplify the defense, because everybody, I don't care if they're a 5-star or not, they may not be the smartest cookies in the jar. So you gotta simplify that defense. And once you simplify it and the guys know what they're doing, they're gonna automatically place fast. They're gonna automatically know how to adjust and all that. And I think that he's trying to make everything really, really complicated. That's why they're getting beat, because again, you made a lot of sense. And I didn't think about this. They are playing slow. They're playing slow because they're thinking too much. They're doing all this stuff. And then not only that, again, I still see bad alignments. And he just will not adjust out of them.
Yeah,
And
Justin,
they
I'm gonna
can't
let
stop
you get in.
perimeter
Hold on. I know
run.
Justin want to get in, but I want to make this point about this. And what you're talking about is the LSU game really showed it. The way they motion guys, you could see our guys' head almost starting to blow off every time we move. And then they'd actually run guys back the other direction. So you get moving, then they run the tight end behind the line, and everybody's thinking, okay, I got to adjust like this, but then I might have to do this. And it's very pro-stylish. Maybe we're happy about that because they're running a pro-style defense. But for our guys, I think they need to
go back to Little League.
Dumb it down. I hate to use that word because it makes you sound like you can't think of anything. But I do know some of the best teams, even for us, and when I played, hey, you got him. Eric Curry, you whoop that dude. You got that gap. And if he go in the wrong gap, your linebacker going to cover up for you, and that's it.
But but it was the same way when I played. Again, on our SEC championship team in '99, more than half the starters were either true freshmen or redshirt freshmen. So we was all like, "Hey, we some athletes, but you're gonna have to scare that playbook back and just let us go do what we do." And that's what we did. So you can't let pride get in the way of your success in football. A lot of times people say, "Well, this is my scheme. This is my scheme." It might be your scheme, but if it ain't working, it ain't your scheme no more. It's gonna be your death sentence.
Dude, man.
Before we move on to Bo's segment, we got a question from the audience for you, George. And this has actually been something we've talked about here recently. Bo, you've actually brought it up. In regards to Jordan Battle, seems like this year he's been absent. Fans are wanting to know, where's the Jordan Battle we saw last year? His draft stock has to be plummeting because of just not being present on the field. Kind of thought that he was getting going in the Mississippi State game and we inserted Eli Ricks, but we're kind of back in the same position. What are your thoughts on Jordan Battle? And as Corey Lewis says, is he non-existent to you?
I don't know if this is y'all want to hear or how y'all went with this, but I still think
answer the question. Stop being friendly. Come on, T.
Coaches can put guys in a position or take them out of positions.
I said that.
Them effective or not effective. And so Battle hasn't changed that much. What they're asking him to do, how they're asking him to play, is what I was alluding to earlier. Is very, very hard to do to be super successful at it. So the Dallas Cowboys, for instance, used Donovan Wilson one way last year. He was all right. He was there. They changed how they totally use him this year. He's probably going to go to Pro Bowl. He's leading the damn team in tackles and sacks for secondary and all this kind of stuff because they utilize him different. They're utilizing Jordan Battle different than they have been using him before. And it's hard for him to make the same kind of play. So I'm not taking anything away from him, but he's in conflict too. There's a lot of guys in conflict out there, man.
T,
but that goes with coaching.
Hold on, Steve. To your point, T, I'm going to give you a real life example of what T is talking about. You talk to Tony Dixon all the time, right? So Tony always knew his middle linebacker was going to cover everything that needed to be covered. So he was free to go make all the plays he wanted to go make because he knew I wasn't going to let nothing ride in front of me. So you think about Jordan playing behind Henry T. That man got to make up for everything that ain't happening in front of him.
I should have known you go back to him.
Point.
Yeah,
but that's a valid point, though. As a safety, when you got to cover up for that middle linebacker, it does impact your reads and how you play because you can't be so quick to bail out. Because if they running the ball and Henry ain't tackling nothing, now you got to be the enforcer on the run.
Well, let me pose this back to you, okay? because I still think on the players. Now, I will put this on the players. I'm sure you and Tony talked about certain situations. When I do this, something's going to happen, or get my back or whatever. I don't know if these guys have that type of relationship and are working and be able to say,
good point.
Hey, man, I'm going, and you might be going, I might be going, because I had to tell the Dion all the time, dude, you can't blitz right now. You can't blitz right now. And he'd be like, yeah, I am. Get over,
Hey, listen, D, you can ask Tony. I told Tony, man, do whatever you want to do back there. Don't worry about this up here. I'm going to handle all this. So Tony was just free to go do whatever he wanted to do. So, because he knew, hey, everything in front of me is covered up. So, but again, when you have a middle linebacker that you're not that confident in, because you got to think about it, T. If you play behind Henry, what would Joe Reed be looking like? Would you be flying out of there to get back, or would you be worried about the run or whatever else that Henry gonna miss?
No, I got you. I totally 100% understand what you're saying. Okay, I'm not taking that. I still, there's more value in a player communicating. Someone should be saying, Battle should be saying, toe. Hey, bro.
Hold on, but T, but answer this too. I want you to answer this on the back end of your question. But when you don't have that alpha male in there who's gonna tell you, hey man, listen, I'm finna go wreck everything. Y'all coming with me or you not, to set that tone, to give you that freedom, it impacts your performance.
Well, that's true. I never really played with no linebackers that didn't have that type of
right.
Excellent point.
And anywhere and on any level. I mean, Derek Oden, his hands look just like you, and his body. I mean, he was going to wreck shop. He had guys in front of him that allowed him to do what he needed to do, and it was easy for me with Lemansky and
exactly because you didn't have to worry about
Mike Rogers and all these guys. Man, they were going to rip some heads off.
See, and that's my point. You didn't have to worry about the run, screens, draws. You didn't have to worry about none of that. So you was free to go do whatever you needed to go do.
Yep. You're exactly right. And particularly in the running game, that I was a helper unless called upon to have some type of gap.
Oh, yeah. See, Tony and them, they just stayed out the way on running play. They knew. Like, they just get out the way.
Your front 6 or 7, we had to fight for tackles. I mean, if I wanted as a safety, if I wanted to be on the tackle list, I had to be down. I had to jump on the pile to try to hopefully get an assist.
Yeah, but when
hey, Justin, anytime for Bo segment.
It is, but people keep talking.
But when you don't have that help,
call his name.
Here, I just want people to understand, like
they do.
As a safety, when you don't have that help underneath in front of you, it directly impacts your performance on every level. Period, point blank. If you don't have the support in front of you, you will never play to the best of your ability.
You know
people
what
keep
impact
talking.
us? You know what impact us? Hearing Bo speak. Bo.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to hear from Bo Scarbrough. All right, Bo.
Your PO looking
What's
for
so
you.
funny, Steve?
Your PO looking for him.
Go ahead, Bo.
I'm about to mute this whole panel. Bo, the floor is now yours, sir.
The green mouthpieces. Man, it's a word that I want to say so bad, but I know I can't say it on here because I'm trying to be professional as I could. But the green mouthpieces is bothering me to the teeth. Cause look, I said it before and I'm gonna say it again. Listen, I remember when I was in high school and my coach used to say, we're a powder blue, black, and white. So the only spec that we could wear was black. It's a traditional school, Northridge. You can only wear a black spec. So Coach Smith say, no blue spec. It's the team rule. It's traditional. No powder blue spec. Okay, so the guy decides to go on and do their own thing and wear the powder blue spec. You know what happened when we went out there and played the game? We got our ass smacked. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm young at the time, like, man, why do this blue spec matter so much? Like, why did blue spec matter so much? And then when I got to Alabama and I really understood the tradition of what going on and how one little thing can be distracted. So listen at this. In order to get that green mouthpiece, it may took you 5 minutes, may took you 10 minutes. You may order it off of Amazon. That time that you spent going out there trying to look for a green mouthpiece that isn't Alabama tradition, that isn't Alabama color, you don't have the mouthpiece in, that shows lack of focus. That shows you worried about how you look instead of worried about how you perform. The team look as one. It's a reason why we wear black cleats and no other color cleats, because everybody on that team is equal. No matter if you're a Heisman winner, a Duckwater winner, it doesn't matter. It's the tradition of the team. Follow the rules. Buy into the program. Trust the process that Coach Saban is giving you. He giving you the philosophy to be a person and a better player and a better man. But it just seemed like the guy doesn't get it. It seemed like it's not registered in their head. Like I'm wondering when the light bulb gonna pop on and say, listen, I'm finna take control of this team. I'm finna be the leader. I'm gonna be the vocal one. Somebody gonna listen to me. The first one don't listen, I'm gonna knock their ass out. And then maybe everybody else will fall in line and shut their ass up and not speak when they not supposed to be talking. They don't speak when they ask to be spoken to. And that's what I think going on. They're not bought into what Coach Saban is saying. And listen, people may think I sound crazy for saying that, but Coach Saban says the same thing to his team every year. And he tells us, what we do is going to work. If it doesn't work, it's because of what we did wrong, not what the other team did wrong. And if you go back and you look at all those games that we played, every time they made a completion or they got this, made an explosive play, it was because of what? A player was out of position. One player didn't block. Another player didn't do his assignment. Another player didn't come down and crack the safety. Another player didn't get up to the second level. The center didn't snap the ball. The receiver, you don't even need to know the snap count. You're supposed to be looking at the ball. Those, the little things. And I don't think that they focus on the little things. I think they looking at the big pictures of, man, I got to get to the NFL. I got to get hit to the NFL. I got to do this. I got to do that. Nah, it don't come. It gonna come. I said, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna keep stressing it. I played one position my first year there, and that was only on punt return. That's the only job I had. That was my role. I took it very seriously. And if you can go back and watch any film at Alabama of me up on punt return, you do not see me in the video. Want me to tell you why? When the punter from the opposite team punted the ball, my man was still on the line of scrimmage when Cyrus Jones caught the ball. I hold his ass up. No, when you got your hand inside underneath those pads and you got a lock and you bringing him close to you, you on your hands inside, and everywhere he go, you scoot to the side and you shove it to the side, and then not letting your heels click together, and you in a good base position. He could not move. He can't chop your arm down and then, because why? I'm too close up on him with my hands underneath his place belt, underneath his place belt. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And these guys not doing that. They want to touch, don't want to get dirty, want to be super clean, want to look good. You got 50,000 armbands on, long sleeve on, which is what are we doing? I remember when it was when we played against Auburn, and you know it's cold against Auburn. We're not wearing no leggings. No, we're gonna show them that we the tougher team. We're not wearing no. It's 100 degrees outside. You wearing leggings for what? That's softness. Anytime that we like Ruben, like I used to talk to the defense, and Marv, I know you can probably vouch for it too, and you too, Teague. If they see a running back with some long sleeves on, I'm not saying that Alabama player does that. I'm just using this as an example.
He was on.
They caught him.
Watching.
They caught him. They caught him. Cancel coach. Caught him. Cancel coach.
If you see. Marvin T, if you see a running back wearing long sleeve, that's a sign of softness to me.
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know
Because I mean every defense, like when I got to the NFL, I asked Sean Lee, I asked Jalen Smith, I asked Jaron Davis, I asked the Kylan boy from the Patriots. I said, man, when y'all come out, what's the first thing that y'all looking at in a running back in these type of games? He said, well, if I see a running back with long sleeves on, I already know he ain't tough because he afraid of the weather. He don't want to get hit, and the ball is easily slipped.
So I do.
You know
Do
what
I
I'm saying?
need a dissertation back on what he's saying a little bit here?
well, I was just gonna say, man, I mean, it didn't matter what they came out in. Hell, Jamal Lewis, Travis Henry, Deuce McAllister, shit, they could have came out in damn jumpsuits. Them boys were running hard as hell.
But I'm just saying, but you know, that's what they want to do is pump the running back. If you can pump the running back and have him scared to run the ball, you can win the game. Because guess what? If you can't run the ball and control the clock, you can't win.
So, look, I you said a whole lot of really, really good stuff in here. I mean, damn good. I have to say that. What you're talking about breaking this down, you're talking about discipline, the simple stuff with that mouthpiece. So some of it's a player that, again, I put my head coach's hat on or whatever with green mouthpiece. If you're not supposed to wear it, you ain't going to wear it. And plus, we're Alabama. We're talking about the standard. That's why I love the name of this show, the Bama Standard, is listen, man, we got enough money that how many of y'all actually had them mouthpieces that were molded in that they made the team go to the doggone dentist. They had your name in it. They had your teeth stuck in the closet somewhere. So every time you lost one, they would just go make you another one. You didn't have to go dip it in no water or nothing. You did one time.
What team?
Because they had all that stuff in the back of your throat.
I had braces.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they have the dentist come in, and then you have 10 additional mouthpieces. Like they make multiple once they get your fit. Because once you lose one, they got another one like that on deck. They bring each player 3 mouthpieces to the game.
But this would get me.
I really would like to know what is up with the green mouthpiece. It's so tacky. First of all,
it don't make sense.
And I know that the people, the big alumni that, you know, I know for a fact that they have a problem with it because I'm having a problem with it.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Hey, Bo, but hey, another thing. Let me say this: if they got the big green mouthpiece, and they ain't even using it. It's just hanging.
It's hanging.
That's my problem with what. First of all,
I don't even wear a mouthpiece.
I didn't even like when people put it on their face mask anyway and just have it hanging there anyway. That was
It's on the face mask, but it ain't even in their mouth. They just there.
They don't even put it in. They're supposed to be throwing some flags or something anywhere, or at least giving them one to put your mouthpiece in because of safety reasons or whatnot.
Steve used to wear that Hannibal Lecter mask when he played.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? What I'm about to do for real is really start a movement against these green. I'm gonna start a movement against these green mouthpieces, and Coach Saban gonna have to say something. If we get enough fans talking about that, what the hell is up with these green mouthpieces? That ain't the Bama Standard. We need to push that because because trust me, that like Bo, what you just said, that's showing that they're not focused. And they're doing their own thing. This is why I say, and I still say it, that NIL is hurting college football to no avail.
Georgia's tend to be doing pretty good with it.
Exactly. Excellent point.
Focus.
Kirby getting the country boys. Kirby got the thugs over there. We got the
they're in the right position at the right time. They doing their job.
That's coaching.
Box.
That's
their opponent.
Like I said, them players are bought out. Them players are not bought in. They checked out. They checked out.
Well, they need to check back in or get out.
Y'all making me get a headache over here, scratching my head because people overthink this stuff, and we can overanalyze this. It is really just someone need to jump somebody's shit. Someone need to jump somebody's shit and say,
I will bring up.
We're not doing this. You're not wearing it. Some player, some captain. Something team only mean, hey man, take the damn green mouthpieces off, lace your shoes up straight, get the right kind of spat, Get in here and watch some damn film. This is unacceptable. We running past the ball. We're not getting it. Let's figure this stuff out. Or all of us, let's go in and talk to the damn defensive coordinator and say, man, you putting us in a bad position. We help us be better.
Hey, what's a span? Because I used to wear a girdle. I used to wear a girdle.
But T, let me ask you this though.
And a slip.
Hold on, Steve. To be that guy, to command that level of respect from your teammates and go in there and talk to your coaches like that, your play on the field has to be exemplary to where they're willing to follow your lead. Because if you ain't out here on the field laying
number
down.
31.
31, Jesus.
Number 31.
Hey, man. Hey, the last thing I heard out of 31, is he had anxiety. So so pretty much he kind of lost us on that.
If not 31, 47, Byron Young, please.
Okay. I'm just saying, if you're going to be the guy to do that, you got to lead through your play. Your play has to speak for itself. They got to know when you out there and you cross that line that you finna destroy everything that moves, that you're going to do your job to the fullest, that you're going to let your play speak first before you open your mouth. Because it's hard to command respect when you get your ass handed to you on the field.
Okay, Marvel, why don't y'all do this? Why don't the ex-players have a players-only meeting with the players?
Because I don't know how to just talk to people in that. Because, you put me in a football locker room, I revert back to old footballism. So I might shake a
Well, maybe that's what they need. Maybe that's what they need. They need to come. They need to see people like you and Teague and other players who've been there, done there, and made a difference. Bo made a difference at Bama and won rings and all that. And to come back and shake them up and be like, look, man, this is how it was done.
The only people that can do that are the guys that actually played under Saban.
Yeah,
guys,
you don't want to flip that switch on me because it ain't gonna cut off. It ain't gonna cut off easily. So we gonna leave that switch off.
Okay, go ahead, Justin.
All right, I do have somebody who's waiting in the waiting room who was a significant player, an impact player. Stephen M. Smith, if you would please introduce our guest.
Well, he's only from Prattville, Alabama. The first big-time tight end in the Nick Saban era, athletically speaking, of course. I thought he was hidden from us in that 2015 season, but the homeboy emerged in that college football playoff, especially against Clemson. He's in the NFL right now. So let's give it up for my man, OJ the Juice. Juice Howard is in here, big boy. What's going on, OJ?
What's up, man? Hey, man, we are so glad you back, man. After that injury, it really hurt my heart when you was in Tampa, but now you back, man, doing your thing, and I'm happy to see that, man. I really am.
Anybody ever mistake you for OJ Simpson?
So they get a little joke in there every now and then. So you know how I know, man. So,
what's up, O?
Yep. What up, my boy?
Not just telling, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. Glad y'all got me on the show, bro. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Hey,
so where you at now?
I got one problem though. I was playing with you on Madden, and they got you rated as a 6 to 8. Can you tell me about that? What's going on with that? I don't believe that. You a 6 to 8.
Yeah, man. They got me down right now, man. I've been injured.
Be lying to you, OJ.
Yeah, I know they got me low, man. My little brother told me, man. So, they got me. They got me low, man. So I got
dropping balls and everything. Dropping balls and everything. I'm like, damn.
No, I can't. See, they got me doing all that. That's wrong, man. I can't drop no passes now.
Man. They look, you know, a legal procedure and everything. You at one time, you came out there with a Vikings helmet on. Like, wait a minute, this is not the OJ.
They got me doing all kinds.
So where you at now, OJ?
Oh, I'm in Houston right now, so I'm with the Texans for the season.
You in Houston?
Yeah, I'm out in Houston.
Hey, so tell me what the massage is like in Houston.
hey, man. I got to keep my face clean, man. So I'll be out the way, man. So I go through. I go through the team. I go through the team.
Because I was going to Houston next week.
You got to keep your face clean.
Yeah, man. I got to keep.
Hold up. You be hanging out with my old roommate from when I played at Alabama now. So I don't know now.
Who that?
Roberto McBride.
Oh, yeah, Bird. Yeah, that's my boy, man.
You mean You mean Roberto the Freak McBride? Him?
Oh man, yeah. And that's my Tampa guy, man. You know, when I go back to the crib in Tampa in the off season, you know, he live out there. That's my road dog out there in Tampa, man. So yeah, that's my guy, man.
You mean Roberto that come to the club wearing no bottoms? That Roberto? Him?
Oh, he cut. Oh yeah, I gotta get him on that. Then he cutting up bad. He didn't chill now. You know, he got the little one, man. And he got old, man. So he chilling up, man.
He don't just walk in the club and start dancing no more.
Yeah. I know. I know him. I know Roberto. Now he old, and now they call him Roberto, but Viagra Roberto Blue Pill. I know him.
So
Bert gonna get you, Bert.
So I know you had a lot that you wanted to say.
Please do.
You know, prior to this season. So you know, we wanted to get your opinion on what you think that Alabama is missing, or what do you think that the problem could possibly be going on inside of the locker room?
Right.
And could Henry To'o cover you?
I answer both of them, but you know, I just feel like, man, I've been talking to the guys, like just college football in general. You know, this the first year for the NIL, so you know, I don't know how much of a role that's playing into it, but just the natural mentality of a human being. When you already got something given to you, like guaranteed money and stuff, you know, you tend to probably relax, or you tend to be critical of coaching or constructive criticism. You know, I got a $5 million deal guaranteed. You know, man, I want to go do these extra sprints, you know, and do a little extra work to put in. You know what I mean? Like a lot of entitlement may be coming upon a lot of these players. You know, like I said, man, they like 18, 19, they get like $5 million guaranteed out of high school. I just feel like that's a kid still. You know what I mean? Give them all that money. So I think at the same time, some guys are going to take it the right way and, you know, capitalize on it to double up when they get to the NFL, just get a good start for them and their family. But then again, you're going to have those guys that come through. Like we play with guys, they're not going to take it serious. They don't take it for granted, take their money and just do their thing. May not go to class consistently. And I don't know if that's the case, but, you know, I just feel like that could be a problem in general with college football, maybe going on at the UA. A lot of the toughness and stuff that we had with guys setting a tone on defense, with the D-line. We had guys physical, man, fighting each other. We had to do that to get a guy going. I don't know if they doing that still nowadays. You know what I mean? So that just became a standard. It don't seem like it's around the facility, you know, anymore.
They ain't even getting hyped when the music come on in the stadium no more. Ain't nobody jumping around.
I mean, Teague, the music didn't change. Teague, they ain't even playing the same music no more.
I think the last time I was there, they played "It's Raining Men." It was a good little tune. I saw Roberto there. He had no shirt on, so yeah, it was cool.
See, but I'll tell you something, though. You got to understand. I'm going to give it to Teague. Teague was always lively. Every time I watched him play when I was younger, when growing up, he was always in the middle of everything. He kept his teammates up. And I know he had to work his ass off to keep Langham in line, but he was holding his teammates accountable, though. I'll always give you credit for that. You weren't just sitting back there just like, I'm going to do my job. You stayed in somebody's face. Now, I do remember that vividly. Yes, so you don't see that anymore. You don't. And OJ, Mr. Howard, you didn't answer my question about Toa, but that's fine.
Oh, he's all man. Listen, I've watched him play, man. He's a good cover. I mean, he's a good run stopper, and you know, he filled the whole side.
OJ, wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait.
OJ,
Mar, Steven, Justin, T. Just let me just tell OJ. Our show is very different from being proper and giving people credit.
Man, did you know how we came on our show?
On our show, we tell it exactly how it is.
OJ Howard
can't cover you, and he can't cover you. OJ.
No, he can't cover OJ Howard. I'm gonna the OJ Howard that hang with freaking Fernando.
I'm gonna answer the question for you.
All right, I'll call you back.
No, listen. I'm telling you, this is what I'm saying.
No, he cannot stop. He is not a run stopper.
I think he good at the run, man. He good, man. I ain't saying he all American, but he's solid, bro.
Hey,
He's solid, bro.
Chat. Y'all put some money in the super chat. We're gonna get OJ some glasses.
Number 10, right?
Yeah,
number 10, right?
I'll give him
Hey,
mine.
man.
I'll give him my glasses. I'll give him mine.
Hey, man, something wrong with OJ, man. Something wrong with
He a
OJ.
solid backer.
Hey, man,
listen,
man. Is this PlayStation? Take some more OJ points, please. Thank you. All right.
So you guys think he the biggest problem on the defense? You think he the biggest problem on the defense?
OJ, listen. Let me
No
say
way,
this.
bro.
And
No
I'm not
way,
trying to be
bro.
funny.
No way.
Listen, I'm not trying to be funny. If you watch the Ole Miss game, what linebacker do you know wait in the hole and let middle linebacker wait in the hole and let a ball carrier drive you into the end zone? Not once, but twice. To me, I've been trying not to go in on players, but he is the worst middle linebacker I think we've ever had. And not only that, he's not a real Bama linebacker because he came from Tennessee. I had a problem with that anyway. So he ain't built by Bama.
And then the LSU game, when he closed his eyes in the hole and whiffed that buddy on the goal line and let him score.
Yeah. You can't do that. But you actually can cover me, and I ain't never, he can't cover me. But like I said, I think he's decent in the run game. He goes sideline to sideline. He come in every now and again. But I wouldn't call him All-American, but he ain't that bad. Y'all making him seem like he's terrible.
OJ, let me tell you something. I've yet to see this kid make a ooh-wee hit. He had plenty of chances to make an ooh-wee hit, and guess what he do? He hit him, thud him a little bit, and lay him down. Sometimes he don't even fall on the ground. When you're making an ooh-wee hit, you want to hit, squeeze that back and drive him. He just hit him and sling him down. And then if a ball carrier is coming his way, when they make contact, instead of him driving the ball carrier back 2 or 3 yards, they take him 3 or 4 yards up the field.
Right.
Steve, OJ, I'm gonna give you my ultimate answer. He has never been on a targeting call. He's never been subject to a targeting review. So we know you ain't had no wood. If you ain't never had a targeting call.
I mean, because OJ, you know Ruben, them hits Ruby and Reg used to lay were targeting every day.
They hit now. There's somebody put a question at the bottom right here, like, do I think he would start at Alabama?
Hey man. At this point, Toll need to be doing what Christian Wilkins from Clemson was doing, grabbing nuts. That's what he needs to do. Because he ain't breaking none. I'm sorry, Justin. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Justin.
My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I remember watching an offense run with an elite tight end and how that really opened things up for us with you. Does not having that right now hurt how our offense flows? Have you had a chance to really kind of look at what's going on? And also, please expound on Bill O'Brien and how you view this offense under his play calling.
Yeah, I feel like you definitely, the tight end position. If you have one of those guys that can match up and be a mismatch, like you definitely had to attack that a part of the defense with that guy and utilize that. I think that Cam, the Lutau, the tight end, I think he's really a really decent tight end. I got a chance to see him this offseason and talk to him, and he came down to the NFL tight end for a couple of days, and he talked about how much he's progressed as a tight end since he's been a linebacker when he first came to college. And I think he's solid. I think he's a solid little tight end. But I don't know if he also get the chance to run a lot of the concepts that maybe Lane was putting in for us when we were there. The offense, a lot of it's like, real monotonous, same kind of play calling over and over again. Like they probably try to put a little dressing on it, but the defense know what's coming. I ain't gonna lie. I think the receivers. I don't think the receivers are as great as we have had in the past too. But we can help them out. As far as I think the play calling should play to the talent instead of him just making these guys try to fit his system. He should try to fit to the players.
The offense is simple. The defense is complex. The offense is too simple. The defense is too difficult.
Yeah,
man.
The defense too difficult. Maybe the guys can't.
I said that.
Hold on. I got beef with you too, OJ. Now that I think about it, you got a problem, man. Listen.
What happened?
2 weeks ago, why did y'all score that last touchdown against the damn Titans, man? I took the damn under. Y'all scored that last touchdown.
Nobody care about your personal issues, Marvin.
Man, y'all cost me a lot of money that damn day. Y'all gonna score with no time left? on the left. Y'all get your ass kicked anyway. Just get your ass kicked and go on home.
Marvin,
Yeah.
this ain't got Marvin. Nobody cares about you losing your nobody cares about you losing your rent money. Nobody cares about that. Go ahead,
Why y'all
Justin.
gotta score with no time on the last drive?
Say-
Y'all
Yeah, hey, it was no time left, man. Just, man, we playing hero ball, man. We caught a prayer, man. So hey,
hero
Okay,
ball,
okay,
man.
okay. So okay, Marvin, be quiet. Back to Justin's question, sir. You're not gonna get out of this one. This is the Bama Standard. That means we can say whatever we want to say. We can talk shit. We've been listening to George Teague talk shit the whole time. So now, what we're asking you is, what do you think of Bill O'Brien as a play caller?
I don't like it. I don't like it. Like I said, I think he's very monotonous.
Hey,
It's just not.
PlayStation. Give him a 97 right now. If you don't, I'm not buying the new one that come out. I swear to God. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, man. We you know, you don't really move. You know, you don't move on from like OCs in college. You don't see guys fired in the middle of the year. But it's been some times where it's like, man, coach need to holler at him. You know, address this publicly. You know, because we all see it as fans. So I know Coach Saban seeing it as the head coach.
And
But,
y'all
man,
see it as players.
Yeah, as players, man, like, you know, in any offense, a great coordinator going to adapt to the talent that he has around him and make
Exactly.
these guys successful by putting them in positions to succeed. And I don't think he do that on a consistent basis. He got a little ego that get caught up in, you know, the play calling and stuff. I'm going to run my plays no matter what the guys think or how I make the team look. I'm going to run these type of plays.
But OJ, I think our defensive coordinator worse than our offensive coordinator.
Yeah, what his name is? Golden.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it, you know, could be on him because I ain't really, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really sound like I don't really sound with the defense like that. I'm looking at the players like I look at the secondary, they struggle in man coverage. So I'm like, should he not have these guys in man coverage like that all the time? You know, on third down, you know the guy's struggling in man coverage. Why am I putting him in 2-man or put him in a man? Like, I understand that. Like, bro, don't put these guys in positions that you know they struggle in. Put them in something to make them be successful once again.
No, sir. You know what? I all due respect, I watch this defense a lot. He don't even put him in man coverage. He put him in a soft zone. He puts them in a soft zone. And that's even worse. I've seen it several times. So I don't know if Teague saw it, but it ain't. He hardly ever runs man. As a matter of fact, the defense he runs, he don't even attack the offense. He just sit back and say, "We'll adjust to whatever y'all doing." That's the type of defense he runs. That's why Tennessee scored so many points. He never attacked. And if you look at Georgia, that quarterback from Tennessee stayed on his back. Why? Because Kirby Smart attacked. Golding sat there and let this man look like he is the bomb because they sat there and they let it happen. And
Heisman Trophy winner.
Exactly, because he sat there in a soft zone, and even Saban said it. We played our zone soft, and they got in field goal range. He was doing the whole game, and then they bring one play, the same play, 5 times, the same receiver, and score. Well, 4 times. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So on that soft little zone. So come on now, come on.
Bo, I want to ask you this question. It was amazing to me to see Bill O'Brien actually do something that you've been asking for a long time, and that came in the second half late when our boy Jason McClellan was allowed to carry the rock. He was doing it with force. What kind of impact do you think that Jace running like that had on the offense and the overall mindset of the team, and what grade would you give him in that game?
I would give him a B+. I would give him a B+. I would give him a B+. Like I said, I like consistency. You know what I mean? And like, and I think OJ can vouch for this as well because he's a tight end and he blocks. And when the running back is running the ball efficiently, it makes OJ wants to block his man even more. It makes him want to dominate him because he knows that the running back is actually trying to put effort and trying to get dirty yards. So of course it gonna motivate OJ to make sure he doing his job to move the ball down the field. Hey,
Bo, are you giving the grade to the play calling for him running, or are you giving it to the actual runner?
I'm giving it to the actual runner.
Okay, I think he got an A because he ain't never ran. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You ain't sorry.
We lost him again.
Yeah, we lost
Bo.
Bo again.
You hear me?
There we
There
go.
we
Yeah,
go.
go.
I'm sorry,
Hold
Bo.
on,
Go
let
ahead.
me do something real quick. Y'all take.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
while we're
While
doing
he's trying to figure
Okay,
things
now
out.
there we go. There
Bo
we go.
got his
Here we go.
nails
I had
done.
to-
Go ahead.
No, I had to turn on Do Not Disturb. So, but yeah, do you think he was a Derrick Henry type style running back just then, or Mark Ingram, or Eddie Lacy, or T.J. Yeldon? Did he give you that type of vibe yet?
I don't think
I
he's done
think
that
Did he
yet.
did he give you the past history of what the stable of running backs had done in Alabama?
Well, I think personally the reason he doesn't right now because he's really never gotten a chance to run the ball because O'Brien never runs the ball. But
Agreed.
the thing is, he like for instance, when you first went out, you had to pretty much get the speed of the game and do it out, and then you come in, then you turn it while you're doing your thing. The world is watching you turn into Bo Scarbrough. Now you know I'm going to implement my game now that I know the speed. This guy never got a chance because he's number one. You want to run, I mean, you want to throw. You hardly ever want to run, and that's pretty
You're
much
right.
it.
You're right. You know what? I tell you that, but I gave him an A plus. I just thought about some. I'm gonna tell you why I gave him an A plus
Yeah.
because when his number was called, he was ready.
Exactly.
Mm.
It don't have to do. It don't have to do anything with his performance or what he done. I'm gonna give him an A plus on this because this whole season, he was the first player that I can say when his number was called, he showed up.
Yep.
I'll say this. Going back to that 12-yard run that Jace had, I think that run was in the third quarter. The dude broke 3 tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did not go down like that. And the offensive line was just looking at him. And Jace literally bounced off a tackle, broke another tackle, stiff on the third tackle, and got a first down. Like that was just pure effort because the line was just staring at him.
Yep, and that is called won't be denied.
Yep.
Hey,
Roydell did okay too, though. Roydell, he did all right.
Rondell.
Roydell, whatever his name is.
Real quick, guys.
Oh.
George Teague has to jump off, but before he goes, I do want to ask your opinion on one individual that maybe he can get his name as called as much as, say, a Will Anderson, and that's Brian Branch, a guy that is one of the most pivotal players on that defense, and he's shown up every week. He just doesn't get the pop to say that Will does. What has been your overall take on Brian Branch as he's progressed throughout the weeks and has become a key player in that defense?
Man,
Consistency.
I'm hoping they keep using him more. I mean, that is the one dude I know that at least try to hit you. I think he's got the way they try to use him with the man-to-man and where his coverages. I don't. It's just me not knowing everything. I don't think that he's in the right spot to be trying to cover them slots the way they want him to do that. That is a whole different type of skill set. Why are you looking like that, Steve?
Because you know why? Because you were dead. You hitting it dead on the head. I've been saying that the whole year. That's why I'm looking like I told you. Go ahead, bro. I've been saying this, Justin. Have I not?
Oh yeah, nonstop.
Go ahead, brother.
You're consistent.
Well, it's the truth because he is and it still goes back in the scheme. And I kind of hit it earlier. I like Branch. I think he's good. I just think they're not using him the right way for his skill set because of what they're trying to do on that back end with the 2-shell that looks like, you know what I mean, but they're trying to zone match and all this kind of stuff. And then he gets caught with trying to cover off man from running up at people from 12 yards deep or whatever. You can't do that. It doesn't work. It puts you in a bad spot because you're sitting flat-footed. People run by you. You're holding or what, all the things. Or you're too far back to try to even cover the running back. I don't know. Trying to cover running backs from 12 yards deep, on a flare route. Give me a break, man. You got to get me down closer to the line of scrimmage.
Exactly. Hey, Justin, I want to ask a question later on when you get done asking your questions. It's a very important question.
Yeah. Oh, again, thank you, George. Greatly appreciate you being on, as always.
Get out, man. George.
True honor and pleasure. Please come back soon.
Hey, George.
I just want to leave it one. Can I leave it one? Well, before you go, because I just want to make sure I leave it one slide crack so I can click off before I get out.
Hold on, George, before you do that, though.
Oh my God, here go Marvin.
I'm gonna be in Dallas on the 2nd, man.
Nobody cares.
Hold on.
I'm gonna hit you up, George. Drinks on me while I'm there, man. We go grab lunch or something. I got it's on.
Word. You know what, Mar? You know what, Mar?
Don't do that.
You know what? I'm gonna hit you with the old back. I'm gonna hit you with the old time stuff. I just threw a bird up at you because you didn't invite me, and you know I live in Dallas.
I didn't know you lived in Dallas. I didn't know you lived in Dallas.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Don't lie.
No, Marv, he live in Dallas County, Alabama. Dallas County.
well, Bo.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna hit you too. Hey, listen, come to Dallas. It's fun.
Nobody cares, Marvin.
All right. Royal Traveler.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, Mexico.
Get a good hotel though. I ain't coming out down there in the hood trying to find you and all that kind of stuff.
Man, I stay at the Marriott, man.
Don't get no hotel that got curtains like them ones you got behind you over there. You know what I'm saying?
All right, hey, quick question. Because y'all finna get started. Quick question. Can I ask my question real quick, Justin?
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right, okay. Remainder of the season. Should we let Bryce Young finish it out? Or should we not? Should we go on and implement somebody else and see what we got for next year?
No, he got to play.
He got to play,
man. Just gonna take that man.
He got to play. He got to play them last 2 games, but that bowl game, I'm focusing on my future, man. Can't risk injury, man. It's just a business decision. The kid from Ole Miss last year towards ACL or something, in the Matt Corral kid, so I can't risk it in a bowl game. You know, I don't think we're going to the college football playoffs, so. If I'm Bryce Young,
because I feel you on that. Because I remember one time I told my VCR and I was like, man, look, so yeah.
His mom and dad, man, I let him even play. They may be like, son, you know, are we done enough at the university, man? Got that, you know, Heisman. We may not say that publicly, but they're gonna tell me that, man.
Dad had already told him.
Hey, George, thank you for coming to the show, man.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
wear that shirt again.
You know what? I wasn't even gonna crack on you on the way out. I wanted to crack on Bo on my way out.
Go ahead, man.
Because I don't ever get a crack on Bo. So
hey, OJ, George's shirt made out of Now Later paper.
Yeah. You just feeling bad because we was on you a little bit earlier. I don't know how you got that hoodie over there. That thing must got a zipper in the back on Steve's thing. That thing.
What you got for me, GT?
Yeah, so when you were doing your little talking points or whatever, you were talking about how you didn't let them people down off of the punt return, that you had them on the line of scrimmage, and you was like, hey, you was all up in his face and all this kind of stuff. I think you had them comatose the way you was breathing on them, man. You had that hot breath on them, man. You was George. That's what started the green mouthpieces right there, because you had all them.
I wish I would have been smelling like shit so he could run the other way.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Bo. Hey, while y'all joking, you know what? You pump me up. I'm gonna try that move in the club. I'm gonna get the hair whooped out me, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it.
Thank you again, George. We greatly appreciate you, brother. Have a good night.
Yeah, appreciate
Before we close out, OJ, I know the fans definitely want to hear your account of this. The Clemson game, your coming out party. Of course, we as Bama fans, we knew what you're about, but man, the whole world got to see you against Clemson just wreck shop. Can you talk about how that developed and just, man, your overall experience, brother?
Yeah, that was cool, man, because you know, we all week, you know, the bowl practice and bowl prep is like a grind. You know, you start off grinding at the hometown in Tuscaloosa. Then we had to move to Arizona and practice up there a little bit. So, you know, it was just a long process of just grinding. And when Kiffin put the game plan in that week, I was like, man, this got a chance to be a good week for the tight ends, man. We can get the right looks. You know, I remember that play. It's called Why Which. It was like, I just run down the seam. If I can take, you know, step the seam versus single high, I can bend it versus two. I'm like, man, he called this. We got a chance to hit. Because Ken Drake was coming out on a rail route. So basically got us to 4 seams, basically on 2 sides. And then the safety cheated over to Drake. Left me open down the seam. I caught that one. Then we already had the little RPO in all season where he threw it to me behind the line of scrimmage. So I got one of them. The dude missed the tackle, broke that down the sideline. and then a couple play action passes, man, broke free. So it was just a lot of, like really some plays we had all year in the playbook. But just for this particular week, Clemson was giving us the ideal looks that these plays had a chance to really pop for a lot of yards. And Jake Coker, man, he just so happened to be looking out for it, man. And, and it worked. And then actually the bowl game before in the Cotton Bowl, we played Michigan State. That was the same year. We played Michigan State. I had hit the same route down the seam for like a 45-yard gain. And then, they covered it kind of decent. It was 45 yards, but Clemson just left it wide open. You know what I mean? Like I said, we put a little dressing on it. He shifted Drake to the boundary. They drawed the attention. They went for Kenyon. The safety cheated over there. They left me wide open down the middle of the field. So, and then the other play was other touchdown was like a little screen and go. I went to go stop block the cornerback of I think Calvin Ridley was out there, and boom, they both bit up on Calvin. I snuck behind him, and Jake found out one too. So these are all plays, like I said, we had in all season long. It just so happened Clemson gave us the right coverages and exposed it a little bit. But definitely,
why won't Bill
cool
O'Brien run
man. Man, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's so many different ways. Like I think that and he should know, man. He was in the NFL. He's a very well-rounded guy as far as like knowledge, football-wise. He's been around different teams around the league and a long
and
time.
got fired.
So yeah. So you would think he would know how to handle himself when it comes to that, to adapt into the players. But it just seemed to, man, not really to really rub off or really trickle down to him, man. But I hate to see it because, man, Bryce is a great talent, a lot of good weapons around him, but I don't think he won't get a chance to ever win a national championship as a starter. So that's kind of tough to see.
Absolutely.
So question: when you played, was Christian Wilkins playing too? He was playing with Clemson, right? When y'all beat them, right?
Yeah. He was there.
Did he try to touch you? Because he touched me.
Nah, he didn't get me. Hey, he got the cat. He got the cat the week before the Ohio State. He got the cat the week before the Ohio State. So
he touched me and Marvin.
No,
man,
don't put me in there. No.
They started the Me Too movement in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, we got to close up shop. It's been a great episode. Before we run out, I want to give you guys a chance to kind of pop what you got going on. Marvin, I'll start with you. What you got going with 40 Plus Strong, and then tell folks how they can find you.
Hey, man, 40 Plus Strong. We rewriting the rules to fitness, man. Again, you can get a copy of my book from Amazon, Physical and Mental Fitness at 40 Plus. You can visit my Instagram, Constant45. The link is in my bio. Grab a copy, man, because, again, you got to understand the body does not work the same in its 40s and 50s as it does in its 20s and 30s, man. Again, you can follow me on IG, Constant45. Grab a copy of my book. You ever got any questions, hit me up. I'm always available.
Cool. Bo, what you got going on? I know you're on Cameo. You got your website. You got a lot going on, brother. Tell the fans how they can be a part of it.
Yeah, man. I got a website, BoScarbrough.com. You can also request a video from me on Cameo, whether it's happy birthday, happy anniversary, whatever it may be. You can find me on Instagram, and you can just type in Bo Scarbrough. Same thing for Twitter. And the USFL season just popped back around. We just did media days, so you can pre-order your season ticket online at theusfl.com. So make sure you get your tickets and come out and see us play. The draft is in February, and we will report to training camp on March the 15th. So yeah, I'm very excited. So BoScarbrough.com for the merchandise. Warner clothes on the way, and I'm on Cameo. So make sure you request a video.
Absolutely.
So you don't play for the same team this year? You got to go to a new team?
No, baby. I'm on Birmingham Stadium, baby dog.
That's all. Okay. That's it. The face of the Stallions. Real quick, speaking of draft, AJ McCarron was drafted today by the St. Louis Battlehawks of the XFL. So excited to see what he's going to do. Steve Brown, what you got coming up?
Hey, believe it or not, I will be in Auburn this weekend at this club called the Crown of Comedy, and I need all my Auburn people to come out. I love you. Y'all ain't got nothing else to do. Y'all losing, so come check me out. Yeah, y'all ain't got nothing. Y'all ain't got shit to do. Nothing. So y'all just come on out and see me. You can follow me on Instagram, Comic Steve Brown. And my Facebook fan page is up, comedian Steve Brown. that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Also I'm working on trying to get with EA Sports to get OJ numbers up, and we're gonna be all right. Yeah.
Give me right, my man.
That's it. Stephen Smith, that lives you. What's going on with In My Own Words tomorrow night? What you got planned for the rest of the week and this home game against Austin Peay?
Well, first and foremost, we're going to have to go to this game 11 a.m. with Austin Peay. I don't know who's going to be up in the stadium for this game, but anyway.
Be playing that damn 6 a.m. deal.
I mean, should be, but in my own words, continuing to have conversations about finishing the season strong. And I know Saban don't like this question, but young players are going to need this game, especially when you talk about jump start and then the spring ball. When you look at the quarterback competition, with Milroe and Ty Simpson, both of those two are going to need reps. And yes, Bryce Young needs to play also, but looking at the future, because we're so focused on the future, how does this thing go between Milroe and Ty Simpson? The young receivers, seeing more of guys like Kendrick Law out there, Shaz Preston out there, Aaron Anderson out there. Just saw a clip of Tyler Harrell. He's running. Like, he actually does have speed. So hopefully, goodness, put him out there. About time we can see him. But definitely going to talk about some of these young guys and getting them in the fray against Austin Peay and have them jumpstart for next season.
One guy I definitely want to see is tight end Amari Nablack. That's somebody I think we really need to get
definitely him
in this offense.
Definitely him.
OJ, thank you so much for jumping on with us, man. We're a little bit different than what you're used to, brother. But
yeah, man, I see, man. I got to come back on, man.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime. Just hit us up. Let us know, man. We'll
hey, man, and donate and donate to the show too, because this show is ran on minutes.
It ran on minutes. Okay.
Yeah, we got a prepaid. We got a prepaid show, my boy. So
right.
We ain't make it. We ain't make it to the $6 to $8 the $6 a month plan when you got free Wi-Fi.
Right.
So we balling on the budget.
But we got to start somewhere though.
But you know what? We got free phones with the package though.
That's fine.
But OJ, tell the fans how they can find you on social media, and and then we'll leave on out.
Yeah, man. So on Twitter you can find me at The Real OJ Howard on Twitter. That's my Twitter handle. IG is just the juice _80. And check me out, man. I don't really post a lot but when you do catch me, man, it's just keeping up with my life and what I got going on nowadays with ball and just being a father now. So those are two places you can find me on.
That's what's
man,
up.
follow OJ. Follow me. I'm on MySpace. If you got that, hit me up.
But MySpace, that's a number right there.
Hey man, close the show, Justin. See how they can close the show.
We gotta get out before those old women find Steve again. Anyway, great show, guys. That'll do it for us. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, everybody.